Hi vibers, this is your girl Cece. You are watching Africa to the Words on YVMV. The Dahomey's Amazon have continued to inspire countless generations, from the Dahomey warriors of Wakanda in Marvel's Black Panther to the woman skin staring Viola Davis. Fans of the big screen may be surprised to learn the very real and historical origin of these fierce female warriors. Here is everything you need to know about the Dahomey's Amazons. Where was Dahomey? Dahomey was a prosperous kingdom in West Africa during the 18th and 19th centuries. It is now called Benin. Dahomey remained a kingdom between 1625 and 1894 when the last king was defeated by French. Who was the Dahomey Amazons? The Dahomey Amazons were an all-female army tasked with defending the empire of Dahomey in the 17th and 19th centuries. The fierce and often terrifying warriors were nicknamed the Dahomey's Amazon by European traders after the ancient warriors women of Greek mythology. The Dahomey Amazons referred to themselves as the Mino, meaning our mothers in the Fon language, or Ahosi, meaning king's wives. Where did the Dahomey Amazons come from? There is no concrete date for when the Mino first became an army, but King Wegbaja, excuse me if I'm not pronouncing it well, the third king of Dahomey, is said to have originally started the group. The earliest record that hints at women forming a defensive coalition can be seen in the account of French slaver who was visiting the port of Crida in 1725. He recalled seeing women in groups defending the port while carrying poles and stated that they appeared to be acting as the port equivalent of law enforcement. The first writing historical account of the Mino would appear just 4 years later when they credited with recapturing the port of Crida, following its fall to the Yoruba, a rival tribe of Dahomey. What were the Dahomey's Amazon known for? The Dahomey Amazons are most well known for being one of the few documented all-female armies worldwide. Their emergence is believed to have been one of necessity following the catastrophic dip in the male Dahomey's population and years of ongoing violence with neighboring West African provinces. In one of the final battles against the French in 1894, before the kingdom became a French colony, it is said only 17 out of 434 Amazons came back alive. What was life like to be Dahomey's Amazon? Sadly, not all the women in the army were there by choice. Many were enslaved people and foreign captives forced into service, while others were free Dahomey women who had been conscripted into the Mino from as young as 8-year-olds. Other women forced into service had been sent there following a complaint to the king by their fathers or brothers, who didn't like their behavior. It was believed that time in the Mino would mold any undesirable or aggressive behavior into a perfect instrument for war. Life for the Mino was incredibly strict. Although they were considered wives of the king, anything that might interfere with their ability to fight was forbidden. They trained under intense and often torturous conditions to become indifferent to pain. This meant that relationships, marriage, and having children were forbidden. Women were subject to fierce, almost ritualistic daily regimens and trained with intense exercise regimes. They trained under intense and often torturous conditions to become indifferent to pain and were desensitized to death. What was the Dahomey fight in? The kingdom of Dahomey accumulated much of its wealth through the slave trade. The kingdom was often at war with its neighboring provinces. Captives taken by the Dahomey Amazon were often sold into slavery. As European countries began to colonize the African continent, Dahomey was a key location of interest due to its already bustling slave trade in the port city of Crida. Dahomey fought 2 wars against the French, and while successfully rebuffing them during the First Franco-Dahomeyan War, they suffered significant losses. What happened to Dahomey Amazons? Well, the Second Franco-Dahomeyan War was much less successful, and the Kingdom of Dahomey was defeated by France. Not much is known about what happened to the women of the Mino. Dahomey Amazons were disbanded, but it is likely that once under French occupation, they were returned to their hometown and expected to live traditional lives. Many of the women would go on to have families, something that was forbidden during their time in the Mino, while others were said to have continued their training with new generations of women in the hopes of keeping the tradition alive. Are we still having Dahomey's Amazon alive today? Well, the last woman who was believed to have been the original Dahomey Amazon died in 1979, and she aged well over 100 years old. While no original Dahomey Amazons are alive today, their legacy is continued by their descendants who continue to tell the story of their warriors ancestors. This was the story of Dahomey's Amazon. I am Cici Divide. See you next time in Africa to the world. Bye bye.
C'est la première fois que tu tombes sur cette vidéo, je te prie de liker, commenter et partager. Salut les vibers, bienvenue sur Appétit. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous donner quelques tips de comment être mis en avant par YouTube. Let's go! 1. Les titres et les miniatures sont les premiers éléments que les spectateurs voient avant de cliquer sur une vidéo. Les titres accrocheurs et les miniatures attrayantes peuvent aider à attirer l'attention des spectateurs et à augmenter le nombre de vues. 2. Un contenu de qualité est important pour attirer l'attention des spectateurs et les inciter à regarder plus longtemps vos vidéos. Les vidéos qui retiennent l'attention des spectateurs ont plus de chances d'être recommandées par YouTube. 3. Les tags sont des mots-clés qui aident YouTube à comprendre le contenu de vos vidéos. Utilise des tags pertinents pour tes vidéos afin que YouTube puisse les placer correctement et les recommande aux spectateurs qui recherchent ce type de contenu. 4. Partager tes vidéos sur les réseaux sociaux peuvent t'aider à atteindre un public plus large. En partageant tes vidéos sur Twitter, Facebook ou Instagram, tu peux toucher des personnes qui ne sont pas encore abonnées à ta chaîne YouTube. 5. Interagir avec ton public est important pour créer une communauté engagée autour de ta chaîne. En répondant aux commentaires et en encourageant les spectateurs à interagir avec toi, tu peux créer une communauté qui est plus susceptible de regarder tes vidéos et de les partager avec d'autres personnes. Maintenant, tu sais ce qu'il faut faire pour que YouTube mette ta chaîne en avant. C'était Dorly sur les tips qui changent la vie. Bye bye!
You are what to think, you are what to do, and you are what to eat. I am Laura the Vibe, your beauty and well-being coach. A healthy diet prevents malnutrition and protects from diseases like obesity, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and stroke. Today, many people's diet consists of more saturated fat, trans fat, sugar, and more sodium than fruit, vegetables, and dietary fibers. Your body's health reflects what you put in it. Today, we are going to talk about nutrients. What are nutrients? Nutrients are chemical compounds in food that are used by the body to function properly and maintain health. What are the most known types of nutrients? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, dietary fibers, water. What are the benefits of nutrients in our body? The nutrients help to maintain your brain, muscles, bones, nerves, skin, blood circulation, and immune system. Nutrients help the organism to build muscles, cure deficiency diseases. Since nutrition is very important for the whole system, according to your health condition and your age, nutrition is very important to your system to coordinate well and for the overall growth and the body development. As your beauty and well-being coach, my advice for you is that you should always vary your daily meal based on your health condition and your age. Consume more food so that you can have more energy to build blood for repair and growth, and also helps you to control your chemical processes. This was Laura the Vibe, your beauty and well-being coach. Bye-bye.